Did you know that the largest concentration of fascia in the human body is in our abdominal cavity? So this makes it a huge hotspot for a lot of pain. Oftentimes we can develop trigger points in our diaphragm that will feel like heartburn. We can also develop trigger points in our abdominals or our abdominal obliques that will cause what we would refer to as either intestinal or stomach pain, and it can also cause diarrhea as well. Today's video, we are going to show you with the PSO-RITE how to correct this. The first move that we're going to look at doing is working on the diaphragm, or more characteristically, we're going to be working underneath the rib cage and the fascia that is surrounding the diaphragm, okay? The way that we're going to do this is by laying on our back, and just as we are relaxing, we are now going to start to press vertically into the bottom of the rib cage, okay? And we want to work it from side to side, very nice and easily. We're starting off softly at first, and then as we start to know where our hot spots are, we can now start to press a little bit harder or a little bit more firm. Okay? If you find something in there, focus on it. Anything that's tight, tender, or sore, focus on that area. You can even pin it down and take a couple of breaths. In through the nose, out through the nose. You want to make sure that the belly rises on inhalation and then descends when you exhale. Okay? For 2 to 3 minutes, work on this area of your body. This is where everything anchors to, because everything in our abdominal region is floating or attaching to organs. From there, now what we can do is point the tips down, and we can start to rock back and forth in the abdomen and try to take notice if there's anything in there that's tight, tender, or sore, or referring pain. You want to focus specifically on the areas about 1 inch or 2 to the left or right of your belly button. There's going to be a whole host of trigger points that can develop in there, not only from things that we do in life, but it could also be from emotional trauma. And I can tell you this, every single one of us coming into this world, we're going to have birth trauma surrounding your navel, surrounding your belly button, okay? You're telling me that you're in an aqueous solution for 9 months and then you come through the vaginal canal and get your umbilical cord cut and there's not going to be any type of trauma registered at that moment? So very gently, we're just pressing in this area to try and see if we have anything tight, tender, or sore. Some people, it might be prevalent right away. It might be like, wow, that really hurts. Some people, it might be like a 4 or a 5. If you're down to around a 1, 2, or 3, then congratulations. You don't have that much going on. That right there is just a little precursor. The next thing we want to do is we're going to go face down. And what I typically tell people when you're working on your hip flexors is to never use 2 peaks at a time. However, when we're working on our abdominals or in the abdominal region, now we can actually take advantage of using both peaks at the same time. So we're going to lay down maybe about halfway in our midsection, and we can rock back and forth. And once again, we want to take note of anything that's tight, tender, or sore, we can lay down fully on the ground and now breathe. We can also shift over to one peak at a time using our knees and our elbows as support. Okay, and very gently allow that peak to descend into the fascia and release it, getting it unglued from not only our muscle tissue, but our organs as well. So, as human beings, when we are walking, running, lifting weights, even when we're just sitting and breathing, okay, even when we're sleeping, when our diaphragm expands and contracts, your organs should move. And a lot of times, due to, just living life, due to emotional trauma, maybe you're an MMA athlete and you're constantly getting kicked and punched in that area. Maybe you do some rocky stuff on the weekends where you're doing sit-ups and somebody's throwing a heavy ball or a medicine ball on your abdominals. We are going to incur trauma. It can also be from the food that we eat as well, making our organs sick or overworked. That stresses the fascia out. It becomes tighter in order to protect the area, thinking that there's an injury. Utilizing these methods right here today are going to be able to open these trigger points up, loosen the fascia surrounding the organs, and get everything in there feeling so right.